NTS Design Co. I go live with you guys every Wednesday at 10 a.m. over here on the Dixie Belle Paint page. So today we're gonna have some fun. I have this beautiful dresser that is in front of me, and we're gonna repaint her. So I had another project that I was gonna do with you guys about fixing a piece of furniture, but it Hulk smashed on top of me, so it required a lot more fixing than I was willing to do, so it is going in the burn pile. So this one I pulled from one of the places that I keep my furniture at, and it did not sell. So like I said, we're just gonna go ahead and paint her. We're gonna make her beautiful. I'm just gonna go ahead and paint right on over the hardware. I'm not taking her hardware off today. I am going to take this tag, wrong way, the tag off of it though, because like I said, she did not sell in the time frame that I was looking for. So instead of waiting 9 million years for her to sell, I'm just gonna go ahead and repaint her. So as you guys are popping on, say hello, let me know you're here, and we're gonna have some fun today, okay? So I have been itching to paint something green. I have a dresser that I'm painting on the FB page for DB, and if you follow me on Thursdays, we will be painting that one in blues. This one is already painted blue, so we're gonna paint her in greens. I love green. Green is one of my, it is my favorite color. Hey Teresa, it's so nice to see you this morning. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. So we're gonna go ahead. She needs a little bit of fixing, just like drawer alignment. It's just an issue where I need to just adjust something super minor, so that's not a big deal. Hey Patty, how are you, love? So this is Would You Ben that I put on here. You can go ahead and find those over on the Dixie Belle main page under tools, and I think you can find it there. So like I said, she did not sell. I'm not painting the top of it. I will paint this edge, but I'll do that later. We're just gonna paint right on over her. She is concealed in satin clear coat. We're just gonna paint right on over the satin clear coat. Hello, first time watching. I have a hutch and stand in the dining room that do any color choices. Well, thank you so much for watching, Sue. I appreciate that. And thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm gonna take a sip of this really quick. Okay, this is what we're doing today. Palmetto and caviar. I'm super excited about this. Usually what I will do with this is I'll do it with wax. I'm going to blend my edges just a little bit darker with the paint because I like to do that as well. And then we will fill in with wax next week. I'm just grabbing a chair so I have somewhere to put stuff because I'm terrible for that. Not having anywhere to put my things. All right, so since this is brand new and it's sealed, we're gonna give it a good shake. I like to stir, I don't always, but I like to try to stir my paint when I'm using it so that way you don't get it all over your lids and your lids stay like this. Mine will never stay like this because I am a terrible paint can mommy. Awful. If you guys are, I'm super proud of you. I am not that person. I aspire to be, but it does not happen. All right, so the paint brushes that I'm going to be using today to paint my stuff is going to be the Dixie Belle Mini. I have 2 of them. Now, they look like this when they're brand new, and then they start to look like this. This one's like more like floofed, if that's a word, out. And then this one is just, I don't know. I love when they get nice and worn. They're my favorite. And then I will be blending. I need a t-shirt to blend with. I don't know that I have one. I'm gonna grab me either. And then I'm going to be blending out together with my flat large. Let me grab something I forgot to grab something. When you're blending, you need to offload. Hold on one second, guys. I'm so sorry. All right. I'm gonna use a sheet that I normally cover my furniture with, but it is the first thing that I saw, so we will be fine. Hopefully there's no spiders in it. If I scream, it's because I saw a spider. Don't do spiders. Not at all. All right. Perfect. All right, so let's have some fun. We're going to also caviar. Caviar is my favorite black. Oh, I need the thing. It's over there. Oh my gosh, it does not want to open. This is why you clean your paint jars, because they get burred up. All right, here we go. I'm awful for it. This one's relatively new too. So, all right, wipe that off. You need water. Water is important when you're blending, okay? I am going to leave you guys. Let's do this. Don't fall. Okay, we're gonna do this so you guys can see. We're just gonna do this part. We're gonna start at the top and we're gonna work our way down, okay? have my paintbrush. And when I have my paintbrush, I like to mist it with water. That makes my paint move around a lot easier. Not only that is when I am going like this, when I'm working that paint in, I'm making sure that there's nothing left over in my paintbrush that may or may not have been like dust or like a little paint, like crusty from when I had cleaned it and I missed it. So that's super important. And we're gonna go in with the delicious color Palmetto. This is where I'm gonna move. I'm gonna slam into stuff. All right, let me not spill stuff. Sorry, that's kind of loud. My chair right here. Last time. Press and seal. Ooh, that's smart. I need to do that. I've heard where people take Vaseline and like all kinds of craziness. All right, again, don't yell at me. I'm painting right on over my hardware. Don't judge me. Look at that color. It is pretty. Palmetto is a beautiful green. And we are going to deepen it with caviar. But first, we're just gonna do a real thin coat of this and just get that on. I'll be putting gilding wax over the hardware, so it's not that big of a deal if I get paint on it. See how pretty that is? It's really pretty. I'll take the drawers out when I'm done. All this line work I will go back over with caviar. It is done in the navy right now. And I'm painting another dresser in blues that didn't, I just pulled one out that didn't sell, so I don't know how confident I am in that. But we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Swirling it around, making sure I get it in everywhere where it needs to go. And just with a nice light hand, getting that on there. By the time I'm done painting, we can come back up and start blending, because it will be dry. Oh, I missed you. Oh, it's not like, oh, there we go. I love Palmetto. That, yes. Do you know, I've never used Palmetto before. This is the first time I've ever used it. Isn't that funny? Okay, me too. Okay, such a pretty color. Let me slide. I feel like when I do this, I feel like you guys are staring at the back of my head. Do you see my cabinet doors? If you guys caught my live last week, there is primer all over my floor. I dropped an entire thing of primer all over my floor and it got on my cabinets. So I have to repaint my cabinets. I'll have to sand off that primer and paint them again. Not excited about that. Ah! But I'm messy. Obviously, I just dropped the paintbrush. Okay. All right, there we go. Get that on there nice and thin. Come here. And I'm gonna grab my pad once I sit down lower. So, this is the drawer. See how it's uneven? I have those little things that go in the back of the drawer to space it to make sure. But since people are so fun and they love to open drawers and slam things around, someone broke one. So it's an easy fix. It's not a big deal. Just par for the course when you sell furniture in a booth space. I could write a book. I should write a book. I should not write a book. Nobody would read it. It would not be a very fun book. Be like, hey, this is all the stuff that I don't like to do, and this is what worked for me. I think I'd have 3 readers. And my family would be one of them just because they felt like they had to. But I kid, but I do. I love where my booth space is. This was not at my booth space. This was somewhere else that I love to have my stuff there too. But this was broken before then because it just, things happen. You have to expect that when you sell your furniture places, that things are going to get scratched, things are going to get chipped, and you know, it happens. I'm just misting with clear water to get my paint to go on a little smoother, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing. And then I'm just kind of working that paint into these little areas. Doesn't have to be perfect, because again, this is just my base coat of paint. I'll be going over it. It looks so pretty on camera. It's funny how different it looks in the camera than it does like to my eyeballs. If you guys are new to painting, welcome to that journey. It is super fun. I love it. I have been a furniture artist for going on 4, maybe 5 years, somewhere in there. I love it. My aunt was texting me today and she was like, I hope your furniture stuff is going well and you stick with it. She was like, because I would hate to see you do something and anything else because I know how much you love it. And I was like, how sweet is that? That like my family recognizes what I do, you know, because I don't know. A lot of people are like, what do you do? I don't get it. Like, it's a hard thing to explain. But, well, I take vintage furniture and I rebuild it and I make it beautiful for all to love. All right. I'm gonna grab my little pad and we're gonna lower you guys down so you can see me paint the bottom of the dresser. And then once I'm done doing that, we'll come back up to the top and we'll start blending with colors. How does that sound? Does that sound exciting? This is fascinating. Thank you. Awkward. All right, you found me in my own little world. I was fine there. Palmetto looks so dark on DB paint color card. It looks better here. Yeah, and it'll dry a little darker too. But yeah, it for real it's so pretty. And again, you have blue behind it. So if it was like, I don't know, a lighter color, like the gray boss, it would come up a little bit lighter. So that depends on it too. There's my water. And this is another one of those, like, I just need to put the stoppers in the back and it'll be fine. All right. And again, all of this will be done in caviar just to kind of pop that out, all that like detail work, and it's gonna be super, super pretty. All right. Patty, what are you working on? I saw your piece. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love, love, love. My very talented friend. And when I'm painting my base coat, like I will lie my paint down this way and then come back and forth. And then my last finishing strokes will be really light with my hand just to kind of minimize my brush strokes. That's also why I use water too. And I paint very thin coats of paint. That's why by the time I am doing this, I will be able to come back up at the top and blend. Make sure you guys can see. Again, don't come at me for painting over my hardware. I'm putting gilding wax over it, so it does not matter. No hardware, police. Thank you. Looking good. Make sure I'm not missing your comments. I'm the worst for that. I got my back of my head to you. All right, let me slide down some more so I can get to the very bottom. All right, back you guys up just a little bit and angle you down. Okay, you guys can see, yay. So the only pieces that I added to this was this piece and this very bottom piece. The rest of it was original to the piece of furniture, which I love. Again, those that do follow me know that this is like my favorite style of furniture to paint. They seek me out, I love them. Thank you so much, I'm keeping my turtle chest. What color is that green? Avery, this is Palmetto. Synthetic brushes are great. Yes, Teresa, they really are, I love them. I love them so much. I'm exclusive to Dixie Belle, but even before I wasn't, I was such a paint snob, like I would not use anything else. It was bad. I'm like, nope, I know what I like. And it's like, if it's not broke, why try to go and fix it kind of thing? Like I just know, I've been using these brushes forever, they're amazing. I have got to take these shoes off. They keep sliding off my feet. Who else paints barefoot? I need some palmetto. The palmetto is really beautiful. I really like this color. The palmetto is really, really pretty. It'll dry just a little bit darker. I am going to deepen it with caviar because I want that, like, I'm all into fall. You guys, like, I love Halloween so much, and fall is my fave, 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 fave. So I just want this to be like super moody and like spooky vibes. Like, and I'm going to try my hardest not to keep it. I'm like, I'm gonna put this in my booth space and sell it. My cat's meowing, I can hear her. She's so needy. All right. I'm getting the bottom. I painted my face yesterday by accident. Can I tell you, like, if I don't have paint in my hair or on my face or on my clothes or on my leg, or like I get my nails done and like it's always like caked in there, like but I get them done because if not, it sticks to like underneath my fingernails or whatever. So at least this way it comes off easier. Yeah, if you're not, I'm a messy painter. If you're not covered in it, I dropped a whole, like, can you see it? Like there's boss all over my floor. I literally dropped it and it went pa-choom and then just like rained down on my floor. I was not very happy about that. It happens though. So you're not alone. Messy Painters Unite. I should start a Facebook group. That would be funny. And it won't be like you can't show off your work, you can only show off your messes. That would be the rule. You're sorry. Yeah, it was last Thursday. Stressful day. Thursdays are my long days, as you guys know. All right. There we go. Yay! And now we're dry up here, so let's get to blending. You guys excited? Who wants to see some blending? I'm gonna grab my little stool thing back and grab my sheet so I can offload on something. Okay. I'm gonna take another swallow of my drink. Okay, so I'm gonna be very careful with my mystery bottle because I don't want to reactivate the paint and have the blue come through. So, with that being said, we're gonna paint very lightly. I'm gonna wet my brush. All right, and what I do by that is that it helps the paint go on, and I'm also making sure there's nothing left in my brush that's yucky. Okay, we're gonna go in with this beautiful caviar. Caviar is my favorite black. It is the truest black that Dixie Belle makes. It's delicious. Love it. It is like the perfect black. All right, don't be scared. I know it looks scary. Don't be scared. Those that are new to blending, you can start off on like boards. You can start off on pieces of furniture. I'm doing a soft blend. Usually I like splitch splotch blend. Today we're doing a soft blend. So I just want it to fade in. And that means I have to move kind of fast because I have a fan blowing on me and I'm working against the clock with my wet paint. I need to add some more palmetto back into it so I have something to blend into. All right. I'll worry about that later. We're gonna mist. I'm going to take my brush that has nothing on it and leave it dry, okay? Because my paint is already on there. And we're just gonna marry these colors together. I'm gonna offload. I'm gonna mist it. I lied, it's pulling. You'll be able to tell if it pulls or not. Let me pull you guys in closer. You don't need to see my face. Offload. See the moodiness? That is what I want. Try to get some of that off. I want my brush to stay neutral. My paint is drying way faster than I want it to. I have a fan on me and my AC's on. That is okay. And we're just gonna work super fast. Come back in with more palmetto. If it's not doing what you want it to do, you just add your paint as needed. I cannot see your comments. I will look at them in just a second. I'm sorry. Offload. See how soft that is? That's what I'm going for. To make sure. I love the gorgeous moodiness. Is that, yes, it's caviar. Caviar is the dark color, and we are blending in with palmetto. Okay. I'm offloading as much as possible just to keep that soft blend. This is just my first blend. If I don't like it, I can go back and fix it. I probably will leave it and then add details with wax. That's usually what I do. All right, we're gonna wet this up, wet our brush, offload as much of that as possible. Pull you guys over and show you where the magic happens. Offload. Usually there's not hardware here to get in my way. I was lazy and did not want to take it off. Okay. If it's too dark, you can add more. If it's not, you can just leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I want that moodiness. On coat 2, I might come in here just a little bit. I haven't decided. All right, so that's where I'm at with this. I'm gonna pull down on these sides so it kind of looks like it's glowing. That's a little trick that you can do. See how it kind of looks like it's glowing right there? I'm gonna do that on this side carefully. You guys can't see that. You just see my face. Too much. All right. Okay, we're just gonna spray this way so I don't get paint or water on my paint. And I'm just pulling that black paint off. I'm offloading as I pull it off. And that's just gonna make it look like it's glowing. You can do the same in the middle areas. You're just removing a little bit of that paint. You can use a rag, you can use a brush, you can use whatever your little heart desires. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm done with that. Now let's work on the second drawer, okay? What do you guys think? Do you love it? You hate it? Throw it out, burn it, what should we do? Let's see if I can see your comments. All right, so now I'm just gonna come in. Since I know my garage wants to be super dry and not where I want it to be, come back in with our caviar. I'm gonna pull more of that off, so that's fine. Love it. Thank you. You guys are amazing and super sweet. I love you guys so much. Best followers ever. All right. All right, come back over here. That's the caviar. Come back in with my palmetto. When this dries, I'll do all the shading work where I want it. Okay, let's wet that baby down. You cannot blend dry paint. It won't work. All right, now I'm just gonna give my brush a quick little spray. And I'm just going to clean it. So that paint, I don't want that paint on there. So I'm just giving it a quick little clean. Get as much of that off as possible so I have a fresh slate. I'm just quickly going over it. And I'm offloading in between. Because I want it to marry, I don't want it to get muddy. If you are blending colors that are soft, that like let go together, your blend is gonna be a more seamless, smooth blend. If you're blending colors like this, that clearly don't go together, you need to go ahead and just make sure that you don't muddy it up. So just offloading is gonna be your friend. So by that, I'm swiping and I'm wiping it off. I'm swiping, I'm wiping it off. Swipe, wipe off. Swipe, wipe off. Until I get it to the consistency that I want. And then I can start coming in and softly blending my colors. Hopefully that helps you guys and makes a little bit of sense. This is too dark. I already know I'm gonna go in lighter with my second blend. And that's what your first blend is for. You're just laying and mapping out your colors to see where you want them to be and how you like them. I want this piece to look like it's glowing. I'm happy with that, minus that. All right, and then once I'm done, I like this where it is, I'm going to offload my brush very lightly. I usually will take a clean brush and do this. I don't have one, but you can just smooth out your blend very lightly. That's gonna eliminate any brush strokes, any streaking that you may have. That's that. Now let's come over here and let's see how drippy it is. So we're just gonna do this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just moving this paint where I want it to go. I already boogered that up a little bit. That's fine, I'm not worried about it. Easily fixed, ta-da. Okay, we're just taking our brush and moving our paint around. I need more palmetto because it had dried up. That's okay. Again, depending on where you're working, it's gonna be different everywhere. We're hot here, so things are drying up quickly. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a little bit more water. Again, soft blend. You can round your corners so it doesn't look so square. And do that on the other side. You just want them to match. You want it to look purposeful, okay? That's that drawer. Let's back up. See how that one's just a little bit darker? I'm gonna go back and fix that, but I love this look, and then I'll come in with the darker wax and pull it all in there. Okay, and then we're gonna do what we did on the other side. Lint. And I just want it to be soft. Okay, now we're gonna come in over here. I'm gonna do the same thing. If I don't like the way that looks, I can fix it with wax later. What do you guys think? I love this drawer. And that's what you're doing. Like when you're painting, don't be like, oh my God, I did the top drawer and I hate it. I'm gonna redo it. Let it dry. Let it dry. If you love this look, leave it. You don't have to repaint that drawer. You can paint this one and blend it into match. But when you're doing your first blend, you're laying your colors down to figure out where you want your stuff to go. I'm just cleaning off my brush because like I said, between drawers or between areas, I always wanna make sure that I'm getting as much of that paint off my blending brush as possible so that I don't muddy up what I'm trying to paint. And I love this. I think this is beautiful. I'm gonna have a hard time letting her go. She may just sit in my foyer. All right, let me grab my little pad that I like to sit on. Okay, and let's come to this area. Now, these drawers seat together. So that means I'm going to paint this whole bottom as a whole instead of doing the sections like that because this whole design is one picture. Okay, so you have to paint a little faster because it's a different section. So I'm just gonna lower you guys down just a little bit so you guys can see a little better. There we go. So I want you guys to be able to see. There's no point in me doing this tutorial if you can't see what I'm doing, right? Exactly. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead. I don't wanna get water up here because it'll leave spotting. But I am just wetting that just a little bit to help my paint go on a little easier and stay a little wetter. grab my caviar brush. I'm just gonna give it a mist. Grab my caviar. And my drawers are gonna just do what they're gonna do. They're not perfect, I'll fix that later. Now, those that know me, the bottom of my dresser is gonna be a lot heavier. I like the bottom of my dressers to be darker so the color pulls down. I see a spot that I don't like. All right, leave it alone. I'm terrible for that. Okay. All right, that's it for the caviar for right now. Again, I will come back and fix anything I don't like. Make sure I'm not missing your comments. Make sure you can see through my head. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Looking good. I know. You guys are just popping on. I know this looks scary, but we're about to make it look beautiful. More water. All right, and if you want to like deepen it a little bit, you can. Grabbing our brush, grabbing these edges. I don't have to worry about that later. Offload. Make sure I'm not missing your comments. So beautiful together. I do like the second drawer better. I like the second drawer a lot. Nope, don't burn it. Thank you. All right, yeah, the second drawer, like I said, even the best of us, we change our mind, we lay something out, we're trying to, you know, kind of decide on where you want it to go. You're just mapping your stuff out. Get an idea. Water is your friend. I'm gonna blend that with more palmetto in the middle. Drop my paintbrush. Make sure, I'm gonna move you guys like right there, so you don't stare at the back of my head. Like, hey, move it. I can't see anything. All right, blend that palmetto up, because I don't want it to be super, super dark. I just want. I'm just throwing stuff around today. There we go. I am digging that. Let me get rid of some of this paint on this brush. You'll be able to tell, like my colors are starting to get muddy because I have way too much paint on my brush. So now I can come back and tighten that up. And play with it. It doesn't have to be a perfect line. If you want it to pull down a little bit more, pull it down. It's fine. Let's get this bottom corner and then I'm gonna work over. Get some of this paint off my brush. A little bit more caviar down here. See how you can just play with it and move back and forth, as you don't have to be married to exactly what you do. Loving that. Let's fix this. All right, let's clean our brush again. Okay. My paint is starting to pull, so that means it's starting to set up already. So I'm just gonna add more paint, which is fine. Add some more palmetto. And now water. Rinse my brush off one more time. Offload. And I like how that flows. I'm digging that. Okay, now let's fix up here. Hopefully you guys are digging that. What do you guys think? All the moodiness, all the sass. It's the only kind of sass I like is when it's on my furniture. No drama, just drama on my furniture. That's what I like. Okay, this is gonna drive me bananas. If you see something, you can fix it later, or you can be a psycho like me and then risk the chance of ruining your perfect blend, because I'm a meddler and I can't leave things be. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Today, it worked out. Today it worked out fine. All right, now let's just come on over here and let's just tighten it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get all that excess. I'm not wetting my brush. I'm just getting my excess paint off of it because I want my brush to be dry as possible. And now I'm very softly just tightening up that blend. All right, loving that. I'm gonna come over here very carefully, pull some of that paint off. Okay, now back her up. Let's work on the bottom. The bottom I want to be much darker. I'm gonna paint the feet in caviar. And I don't know if you guys know this or not. I know I've said this a million times. I like to blend the sides of my furniture more than I like blending the front, because it's a lot to like, there's more detail work. And it's gonna look way different once I add in all of my shading and everything else. You're not married to this look. You're just not. It changes, okay? Ever-changing furniture until I get it just the way that I want. Okay, I'm just gonna wet the bottom, grab my brush, and we're just gonna mist and come on in. You want to brighten it up just a little bit, because these pieces are going to be black all in here, so you don't want it to be too dark, otherwise you're not going to be able to see it, the contrast. Okay, if my brush is getting a little muddy, we're just going to go ahead and wet it. And then we're gonna rinse off. Make sure I'm not missing your comments. What color gilding wax will you do the handles? Probably silver. So beautiful together, thank you. Okay. I'm just getting all that off. And I'm just tying that together. All right, guys. I think that's a good place for her. Let me back up. I was thinking silver too. All right. What do you guys think? Let me stand you guys up so you guys can see. Stand you up a little bit taller, and then you guys can be angled down so you can see her. I think she's beautiful. I'll come back and I'll just lighten this up a little bit right in the center, and then I'm gonna leave her just like that. Honestly, I probably will not do a second blend. I probably will just deepen areas with wax that I feel like need to be, and then I'm gonna come in here with the craft brush and do all of that dark piping. I think it'll be really pretty, and then hit it with silver gilding wax, and she'll be done. So gorgeous. Thank you, Patty. Thank you. Let me move you guys. That's the girl that I'm working on Thursday. Isn't she pretty? So she'll be painted in, ask Patty, because she remembers. Patty's my manager. Okay, so there she is. She is painted in Palmetto and Caviar. I love her. I love her. I feel like she's got all the witchy vibes, and she's very moody and perfect for this time of year. Thank you guys so much. I'm like straighten you out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I greatly appreciate it. You guys are amazing. I have the best followers on here. I love you guys so much. Stay tuned. You can pop over to my IG and follow my stories, and you can follow her journey the rest of the way. And that's it. She was quick. I don't mind repainting some of the things. If I've painted it, I don't mind repainting it because I know what work went into it beforehand. So thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. So, all right, you guys, have a wonderful Wednesday. And I will catch you guys tomorrow on DB at 7 p.m. if you guys want to pop over there and see me paint the other gal. If not, I will catch you guys next Wednesday, and we will be doing something really fun. It's the NTS Design Co. is my name, and Teresa Lee at NTS Design Co. That's where I am. So you can find me on all social media across the board with that name. Thank you so much, Dixie Belle, for having me. I greatly appreciate you having me here each week and being able to do these fun painting tutorials. You can find all of your products if you go to Dixie Belle's main page. You can type in your zip code up at the left-hand corner, and you can find your local retailer. You'll be able to find everything there. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys later. Bye. Thank you, Patty.